Brad gave us his status. What's new with Ochi and DeLong?
Expecting both of those guys to play tomorrow night and Tuesday.
Is OG here, or is he going to meet you in Milwaukee?
He will meet us there. Yeah.
Lots of talk going into the season about you guys, Boston and Philly, as the big three in the East. People sleeping on, or why were people sleeping on Milwaukee?
Well, I think there's always a surprise team. I would never say anybody's, sleeping. It's hard to, I think, seeing a team emerge. I think always somebody does, right? Or the expectations of one of the better teams or something doesn't go quite right with injuries or whatever, too. So, but I think it's really premature. I would sit here and say, you think, again, Boston's got everybody back and added those guys. You were assuming they're going to be better, and we got a lot of guys back, and we had Kawhi and Danny. You're assuming we're going to be pretty good, but, you still got to let it all play out.
There's so much talk about how Coach Budenholzer was going to open that offense up, and you guys sort of went through that offensive shift last year. Is it tough to make that work so early on the fly? I know they're different in terms of structure, but, it is asking the same guys to do something different.
Yeah, I think from my experiences, not just here, but around, I think, it does take a little bit of education for the players, right? There's obviously a thought process that goes into it, and it's not an easy one sometimes because they're used to playing a certain way, right? And they've been playing that way most of their lives. But I think if that's what you're going to do, and you don't bend on that too much, and you can speed up that process. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Okay. With how many shooters they have, the book on Giannis used to be just give him a bit of space, make him shoot the jumper. Is it just way harder to do that now?
Well, yeah. The biggest thing with him is somehow stopping the freight train in transition, right? It comes off and the floor spread, and it's just, it's literally, like James and him, or they just keep on coming. They're going right through your numbers, and you either got to stand in there and take it, or send multiple people and hope you can get him slowed down. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, you're right. It is, and he's bigger and stronger than ever. So that's the main thing. And then in the half court, we gotta, try to keep him from getting too deep and scoring it too often.
Do you notice that there's a little bit more confidence with the team when they going against a team with a great player like that, but you have a guy that can guard that guy, that can slow him down. Do you feel like the team is a little more confident knowing you have that?
Yeah, I think it always helps, right? It helps that you have somebody that can match up physically, right? That can take some of the hits. It's no fun to, you guys have seen this before. Let's go back a couple years. It was no fun that when Cleveland would come in here, let's say 4 or 5 years ago, and James would go in the low post and he'd throw it in against any number of guys that were giving away about 120 pounds to him, and he'd just turn and lay it in the front of the rim, and then they'd come down and they'd do it again. It's very intimidating, right? So having somebody physically, or two guys maybe physically, that can take some of those bounces when he's coming down the lane, and guys with some length that can at least almost look up eye to eye to him, right? It certainly helps, but it's really a team job to stop these guys, right? It's really a team job to stop them.
People talk about his shooting, but is it really a weakness? Like, is it really something that holds him back, or it's more just a strength he doesn't?
I don't think much is holding him back right now, right? I think it would be icing on the cake, right? Maybe is a better way to put it, but there's nothing much stopping this guy.
Is there any plan to manage Kawhi's workload any differently in the back-to-back?
No, not really. Not really. We're going to go see and go play him. Right? We're going to go play him. He's feeling good and feeling fine, and we'll go from there.
I know some of the changes to the offense came last year. This year it looks like, at least with sideline out of bounds in the half court, a little more used to that Spain pick and roll. I don't know if you guys have a different terminology for it. Is that something, was that an emphasis to kind of get that down and use that a little more, or is that just...
Can you define the Spain pick and roll for me?
When the screener's man gets that second screen coming up from the baseline.
Is that what that's called? Spain pick and roll?
So the Spanish national team. Yeah, the Spanish national team used to. Yeah, the Spanish national team used to run it to death in like 2008.
That's actually a form of the Tex Winter triple potent. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, you guys have been using that a lot inside light out of bounds. Is that a point of emphasis, or is there something you're seeing with that you've liked that look for you guys?
It's been pretty good to us. Yeah, I'm not. Listen. You're smart enough to see all that stuff, right? You're good. You can know X's and O's. I mean, we don't need to be talking about what we're running in the media, specifically like that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at you either. I'm just saying I don't think we need to break it that far down for people.
Okay. I was mostly just curious because Sergio coming in.
100%. Sergio has brought some great ideas from international basketball from us. Okay. We like to call it the Italian pick and roll since he is Italian. And but he's, again, you're right. No, he's he's a 30-year head coach. We're certainly using some of his ideas and things in our offense, in our defense, and in our special situations. And it's the same for those other guys, right? This staff has done incredibly well. Adrian Griffin's brought us a lot of defensive ideas. He's run a couple different defenses in the league, and we are, I think, like a lot of teams, we are trying to look ahead defensively on what, instead of behind, like what used to work. We're trying to look ahead to see what could work and experiment with some different things.
We're going to see two of the freakier athletes in the game, Giannis and Embiid, back-to-back nights. Is that kind of the guy who's prototypical on where the game's going, 7'2", everything kind of guys?
Yeah, and don't forget Simmons too, right? He's another one. So I think size and skill, right? The more skill you can have in and out with your handles, the ball, and the bigger you are. That's where everybody's trying to get long and lanky and skillful and shooting.
Yeah, and 3-point, like Giannis is a system way up, but his shooting's a little bit better, and Embiid's a 3-point threat now.
Yep.
Simmons will eventually shoot.
Yep.
And it's a different era.
Yeah, it is. It is. It makes. Well, again, I just think we're all seeing it change so fast, and like it's almost like right in front of our eyes, right? Again, we talked about the pace and positionless basketball and size and length.
Is there anything, besides guys making some shots, is there anything Kyle's doing differently in terms of his focus-wise? Assist numbers are up?
Not really. I think we've talked about it before. I think he came out bombing all these transition threes, and I think now they're pressing up on him, so now he's seeing a different look, right? So he's taking the next look, which is really smart by him.
Was that like he found Serge sort of from high up? Was that like sort of an example of that? Him making passes from a few feet behind the three-point line to Serge?
Yeah, that's probably he's probably doing that better than he's ever done before, hitting the big roll man or finding the big mismatch and putting it in a position where they can use it. I mean, we are as a team doing it better too, right? We're punishing the switches already more than we probably ever have, and again, a lot of that. Yeah, it is. It is. We got a little more space out there, but I know you guys watch this stuff too. You ought to watch this guy Phil Handy work these guys out, right? You watch him do these big guys one day, and then you come to the game the next night and you see, oh wow, Pascal just had a little wider base and was a little more unbalanced on that post move against the little guy, and that's, again, the coaching staff's doing some really nice things daily basis that's translating to the floor.
Having to play Malachi like you did you see something that gives you a little more confidence if sort of that situation, trial by fire, kind of comes up again?
Yeah, I mean, I like him. I think he's an NBA player, right? I really like his stroke. I like his size. Again, he's working, right? And I did that the other night just because I thought maybe having Kawhi come back with the second unit to start the second quarter would have been a better look. I think it was, especially in the first half. But again, I'm hoping for more out of him in these next two games if we need him, right? If we need him, and he gets, because like a little bit like I said the other night, Lorenzo kind of went in there first night, got his feet wet, and then came out and made some plays. We'll be looking for Malachi to make some plays the next time he steps on the floor.